Okay, I'm about to demonstrate the fault with one of these APM, Mini APM Pros. I've been using a few of these, but this particular one here is the one that I bought from you, which is has a fault out the way it was delivered. So I'll demonstrate firstly one of my other ones, which I've just connected up the standard compass, and I've got Mission Planner running in the background. I'll just plug in the USB port, and I'll load the firmware and just check the port here. Okay, this is on COM4. I'll just go over to Initial Setup and select the firmware. And I'll upload the firmware, and the latest that these APM flight controllers can run is AC 3.2.1, so I'll select that, and it's Argicopter. I'm doing Hexcopters. I'll just select that. It asks me if I want to upload it. I'll say yes. It tells me that the board is obsolete. I'll just ignore that. And you can probably see there it's going to take a second just to get everything going. It's going to go through a couple stages here where it's going to verify it. It's now uploading, and following this it'll verify. So I'll just run through this for each just to make sure that I can demonstrate the problem. Originally I thought I had a faulty GPS, but I've got several of these GPSs as well, and it wasn't until I switched to another spare APM that I realized it was actually the controller. The way it was delivered is faulty. The fault, the way it'll show itself is you get a number of errors and primarily bad compass health, and you can't calibrate the compass, something internal, some internal fault. I'm very familiar with all the connections, and they're definitely all in the correct port. It's now verifying the firmware. So again, the firmware that's being used is version 3.2.1 Hexa. Okay, we have the firmware loaded, and we're connected. So just go over to Initial Settings here, Mandatory Hardware, frame type, yeah, we're using that. I'll just zip down to compass here to demonstrate. And if we go to Live Calibration, APM with external compass, Live Calibration. Tells me to move it all around here.
Bad Hero Health.
Okay, so you can see this is all working fine. Eventually it'll get all the points there and it'll give me the calibration. It's the other message I'm getting there is that
RC not calibrated.
the RC is not calibrated, which is correct. I haven't got the radio control transmitter here, so it's what you'd expect. Okay, so we'll say done.
Calibration complete.
Now what I'll do is just switch this off. It's giving me the offsets. I'll just disconnect this one.
Rearm. RC not calibrated.
Drop out of that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the second one, which is the one that I've discussed with you in that last email, and I'm going to switch over the compass, plug it in, and go through the same bit. So I'll just disconnect here. I'll just swap my compass over. Action. So my GPS is here. Compass. Okay, same as the previous version. Plug in my USB port. Start mission planner. Okay, set my COM port. Go over to initial setup. We'll upload the firmware here. So I'll do the same thing. I'll load the last version that works with these APM controllers, which is that guy right there, same as the one before. And I'll go through the uploading of it to the APM. Again, telling me the board's retired. Okay, and it's downloading at the moment. Just bear with me. Same compass, same connections. Despite the fact that these are virtually obsolete now, they're still been a very good controller. And I've used quite a few of the APMs I've got. Workshop, I've got some of the RG Pilot ones as well, like this. The little mini APM Pros are a nicer, smaller unit, so it's a bit more suitable for some of the jobs. Okay, it's currently just finishing off the uploading. So we don't get any apparent errors at this stage. It seems to upload software, firmware to it. Now it's doing a verifying of the firmware. And again, this all appears to be fine. Just about finished. Okay, once again, we're getting the warning that this is the first time we've used this. We need to calibrate the compass. Fair enough. Okay, so I'll just connect now. Okay, it's getting the parameters. Okay, so we're ready to go through our calibration procedure. Again, frame type, yes, we're using that. I'll skip down to compass just like the other one to do the APM external compass. This is all correct. Go to a live calibration. Tells me to move around in circular motions. Okay, and nothing. It's just dead to the world. Just gives this error message.
Bad gyro health.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where we end up.
Rearm. Compass not healthy.
Yeah, so that's where we end up, and just get the compass not healthy message, and you can never calibrate it. The connections, everything's identical to the other one. Anyway, I've also tried my numerous other compasses. This compass is definitely fine, works fine with the other APM Pro.
Compass not healthy.
So, I would like to get this one replaced. Thank you.